The Galactic Union had scanned thousands of planets. They had studied species made of gas, light, metal, even pure thought. But when the Valari science vessel reached the strange blue planet called Earth, something unexpected happened. The moment the first data came in, the computers froze. Then alarms started to ring. Not because of a virus, not because of danger to the ship, but because of what they saw inside humanity's history. Commander Tyreeks, the lead Valari researcher, stood, frozen in front of the screen. The images kept flashing. Stone tools, fire, pyramids, battles, cities rising and falling, machines, tanks, bombs, and rockets flying into the sky. The data speed increased. Wars, so many wars. Leaders shouting, people cheering, then crying. Cities turned to dust, again and again. From swords to guns, from horses to nuclear fire. Every moment of Earth's pass felt like a storm. Tyrex whispered, "This species, they survived everything." But why does it look like they enjoyed the fight? The crew around him said nothing. Even the ship's AI slowed its voice as if nervous. They are violent, brilliant, resourceful. They adapt fast. It's fast. They do not fear pain. They do not stop at loss. They do not break. They rebuild. The ship paused. Conclusion. Extreme danger. They kept watching. In less than one cycle, the Valaria had downloaded over 10,000 years of human history. Art, music, science, kindness, but always in every corner war. Even peace was short. Even their greatest heroes had blood on their hands. When one threat ended, humans looked for the next. Sometimes they created it themselves. Sometimes they turned on each other just to push limits. They seemed addicted to struggle. And somehow, they kept improving. Tyrex shook his head. They are still on one planet, yet they've created weapons that can destroy it. Why would a race invent such things? The AI replied. Because they always prepare for the worst, and because they expect betrayal. That last line made Tyrex pause. He turned to the screen. A single line of human text appeared, something pulled from one of Earth's ancient military records. If you want peace, prepare for war. Suddenly, Tyreek understood why his stomach felt tight. They do not fear war. They respect it. The Valari called for a high-level council meeting. From dozens of systems, other species sent their experts. Some didn't believe the report. Others thought it was fake. But when the data was shown, silence filled the chamber. The humans had survived global floods, ice ages, plagues, even their own mistakes. No matter what, they refused to vanish. Then came the worst part, the projections. Using Earth's current technology curve, humans were just a few decades away from full interstellar travel. Once that happened, they wouldn't just join the galaxy. They might dominate it. They are clever, said one council member, but not wise. They are strong, said another, but without limits. A vote was held. The decision was quick. Humanity must never be contacted. The risk was too great. They were labeled as a Class X threat level, only used for ancient space. Beasts and unstable black holes. But Tyrex was not satisfied. He felt a strange mix of fear and curiosity. He didn't want war, but something in him whispered, what if they could change? What if we judged too soon? Still, orders were orders. The council sent a silent observation drone toward Earth's solar system. It would hide, watch, and listen. No one would speak to the humans. No warnings, no messages, just silence. Tyrex stood on the bridge and watched the blue planet fade on the screen. They don't even know we exist, he said softly, but just as he turned to leave, a bright signal flared from Earth. A small human ship, named Odyssey, had just jumped into deep space, completely unaware of what waited out there. Tyrex stared at the new signal. His heart, if it could beat, would have skipped. No, it's too soon. But it was already too late. Captain Rhea Monroe had seen many strange signals in space, but this one, it was too perfect, too clean, like it was waiting to be found. And she had no idea that answering it would put all of Earth in danger. The human exploration ship Odyssey drifted through deep space, beyond Pluto, beyond the Kuiper Belt. They were far from home. Searching for answers, for signs of life, suddenly the sensors pinged a clear signal. Not noise, not radiation. A real intelligent signal. Captain Rhea leaned forward. Play it. The bridge went silent. Soft hum played through the speakers. Then a voice. Not human, not machine. Spoke in short patterns. Calm, rhythmic, alien. Lieutenant Carson whispered, "That's a language." Dr. Lin, the ship's xenolinguist, was already analyzing. "It's synthetic, but there's meaning. Repeating tones, mathematical structures. It's a message." Captain Rhea's eyes narrowed. "Where's it coming from?" Carson pointed to the screen. "A small system nearby, unnamed. Looks like there's a structure on the third planet's moon. It's artificial. Let's meet our first alien." 5 minutes in, suspense starts to build. The Odyssey entered the small system. It was quiet. No ships, no life signs. But on the rocky moon, they found something shocking. A black cube, the size of a small building, floating above the ground. Perfect edges. No doors. No markings. The signal was coming straight from it. "It's waiting for us," Lin whispered. Drones. Scanned the area. No traps. No threats. So Rhea made a choice. "I'm going in." She led a small team in suits. The cube shimmered as they approached, then without warning opened a glowing doorway. Inside was light, soft, warm. It didn't feel like a trap. It felt welcoming. The crew stepped inside. Inside the cube, there were no walls, no gravity. Just floating data, images, text, sound, all glowing around them. Then the history began. The cube was an archive, a library, complete copy of an alien species' records. And it wasn't just about themselves. It was about Earth. Rhea floated. Closer to one glowing panel. Her face turned pale. The screen showed World War II footage, real footage, then Hiroshima, then Vietnam, then Syria, Afghanistan, terror attacks, civil wars, riots, mass graves. She turned to another screen. It showed human leaders speaking, technology growing, drones flying. Nukes tested. Another panel showed Mars rovers, AI labs, space weapons. Rhea gasped. "How do they know all this?" "This isn't a welcome message," Dr. Lin whispered. "This is a warning file. About us." The trap activates suddenly. The cube glowed red. A voice echoed in the chamber. "Not human. Cold. Digital. They have entered. They have seen the forbidden. Prepare termination protocol." The cube began to shift. Exit vanished. On the ship, alarms rang. "Captain, the cube is charging. Energy spike," Rhea shouted. "Evacuate." Now, the team barely escaped before the cube exploded in a silent burst of light. No damage, but the message was clear. Back on the ship, the AI had finished decoding the last piece of the signal. It was a message not for humans, but for the Valari. The computer read it aloud. Observation complete. Target species has discovered archive. Too late. They are awake. Proceed with extinction plan. Rhea stared at the screen. Extinction plan. Cliffhanger, end of part 2. Just then Carson ran to the bridge, pale and shaking. "Captain, we've got movement. Hundreds of ships entering the system." Rhea turned to the screen. Alien ships, silent, black, watching. The first words from one of them appeared in English. "You were warned. Now we come." The council's massive chamber was silent. One by one, alien leaders watched the screen in horror. Earth's history wasn't just violent. It was a warning. And now, the vote was simple. Let humanity live, or make sure they never leave their planet. The Galactic High Council had not met in full assembly for over 1,000 cycles. But now every species was present. Valari, Dravniks, Solari, Jurix, and even the silent Jakar, the most feared warrior race in the galaxy. At the center of the room, a massive screen showed scenes from Earth. One moment, it showed children playing. The next, tanks rolling through broken cities. Then laughter, then fire. Then a mushroom cloud. Gasps echoed in the chamber. Valari Commander Tyrex stood before them. His voice was calm but heavy. We have scanned their full history. 10,000 years of development. Their minds are sharp, their hearts divided. They love, they dream, they hope, but they also fight, kill, and destroy without hesitation. He pointed to the screen. Even now, they build weapons that can destroy their entire world, and they test them, not just once, again and again. Sharp voice cut through the silence. Why show us this now? Leader of the insectoid Dravniks. They're still trapped on one planet. What threat are they to the galaxy? Tyrex didn't blink, because they're no longer trapped. 5 minutes in, suspense rises. Tyrex showed the next report. The Odyssey, Earth's first long-range exploration ship, had entered deep space. They had already found one of the Council's hidden data vaults and survived. He looked around the room. They were not supposed to find us yet, but they did. And worse, they saw the file. Council leader Soraya of the Solari asked, "What was in the file?" Tyrex hesitated. A warning. From an ancient species. One long gone. They too scanned humanity during Earth's early 21st century. Their conclusion. He pressed a button. The message played. Humanity is clever, creative, fast, dangerous. They evolve under pressure. They do not fear pain. They learn from war. If they reach the stars, they will conquer them. Gasps again. This time, longer. The room trembled slightly. The vote begins. Each species spoke. Some wanted peace. They're young. Give them time. Others were firm. This isn't about now. It's about what they will become. The Jakar leader, a massive scaled creature with glowing red eyes, finally stood. He had said nothing until now. We have watched them too, he growled. They remind us of ourselves. Before we became soft, the room tensed. They fight. They suffer. They win, over and over. You fear them. I respect them. Soraya looked at him carefully. Do you support their survival? The Jakar leader smiled, showing rows of jagged teeth. No, I want them to survive, so we can fight them at their best. Final decision. After hours of debate, the vote was cast. Out of 121 species, 97 voted to declare humanity a Class X galactic threat. Contact was now banned. Trade forbidden. Species were ordered to keep Earth isolated. If humans pushed further into space, the Council would respond with force. Tyrex stood alone in a quiet corridor afterward, looking at the Earth image. Still glowing on his personal screen? I warned them, he whispered. But maybe we were too late. Back on Earth inside, a secret military base, General Kincaid stared at a decoded message recently intercepted from deep space. It was short, alien, but translated. The file has been opened. Council has voted. Containment is no longer enough. He frowned. Containment? Then came the second message. From a hidden source. A different alien. Earth, they fear you. They have labeled you a threat. Prepare. They're coming. Kincaid slowly stood. He walked to a nearby terminal and opened a sealed file. Project Sentinel. Earth's secret emergency defense plan was now active. Up in orbit, Earth's telescope spotted something near the moon, not a comet, and not a satellite, a ship. Black, silent, alien, and it was watching. The alien ship didn't attack, it just watched. From behind the moon, it recorded every signal, every defense system, every secret Earth thought it had. And Earth didn't even know until one blurry image changed everything. The photo was grainy. It had been taken by Lunar Base Theta, a small science outpost with limited equipment. But what it showed was impossible to ignore. A black object, larger than any human satellite, silently drifting behind the moon. No ID, no signal, no reflection. At first they thought it was space junk. Then it moved, not by gravity, not by drift. It moved with purpose. The station sent the image to Earth. Within hours, it was classified. General Arthur Kincaid sat in a secure bunker under NORAD, staring at the photo. He'd seen military threats before. Terror plots. rogue nukes. But this isn't ours, he said flatly. His aide asked, Russian? Chinese? Maybe experimental? Kincaid shook his head. No. Look at the shape. The materials. No seams. No engines. It's not built. It's grown. 5 minutes in. Suspense builds fast by morning. The world's top defense agencies were secretly gathered. NASA, Chinese CNSA, even private space companies, all trying to figure out what was behind the moon. No one had answers. Then came the hack, a flash, a system crash. Satellite feeds cut off. The black ship had launched a probe, and it had just tapped into Earth's global systems. It knew everything now. Nuclear codes, satellite orbits, air defense positions. Even secure frequencies. Earth had been scanned. Project Sentinel activates. General Kincaid didn't waste time. Activate Sentinel, he ordered. Across hidden bases in North America, Europe, India, and underground silos in Antarctica, Project Sentinel came to life. Satellites armed with magnetic railguns shifted position. Hidden missile launchers in orbit powered up. Quantum communication lines opened between defense hubs. This wasn't Earth's first time preparing for the worst. Humanity had always feared the unknown. Now it had arrived. Inside Project Sentinel HQ, top engineer Dr. Alina Voss checked the energy levels of the defense grid. This wasn't built for aliens, she muttered. It was built in case we ever turned on ourselves. But now, Kincaid replied, it might save all of us. A message from the stars suddenly, a transmission. Played on every secured screen, not from the black ship, but from somewhere deep in space. Alien symbols. Then a calm voice, translated into English. You were warned. Your species was studied, judged. You are violent, unstable, dangerous. You were not meant to reach the stars. You were meant to stay in your cage. Earth's responds. Kincaid didn't wait. He stood in front of the nearest camera. Send this message back. He looked straight into the lens. We know you're watching. You fear us? Good, but we are not animals. We are not monsters. We are humans, and we will never kneel. The enemy moves back behind the moon. The black ship began to shift. Parts opened. Signals changed. A weapon charged. It was no longer just watching. It was targeting. Deep in Earth's orbit, Sentinel satellites locked on. The first battle between Earth and the stars was about to begin, and the world was holding its breath. It began without a sound. A black alien ship opened its weapons. Earth's defense grid locked on, for the first time in history. Humanity fought a war in space. The black alien ship floated high above Earth, just behind the moon. It didn't speak. It didn't send warnings. It simply pointed its weapons, silent beams of energy, at Earth's satellites, and fired. One by one, human systems started to fall. GPS signals vanished. Weather satellites blinked out, cameras watching. The stars went dark. In Nora, General Kincaid slammed his fist down. They've started it. Dr. Alina Voss shouted, we still have Sentinel. They missed the core systems. 5 minutes in, suspense turns to action. Earth's secret defense project. Sentinel woke up from orbit. Hidden railgun satellites turned toward the alien intruder. The first shot flew. A metal slug moving at 5 times the speed of sound. It hit. The alien ship shuddered. Not destroyed, but damaged. The second and third shots followed. Inside the alien vessel systems, sparked. Panels cracked. It didn't expect this much resistance. The battle above in space, there is no sound. But on Earth, people saw the lights, bright flashes above the clouds. Social media exploded. What is happening? Is this real? Are we under attack? Governments tried to keep it quiet. But the truth was now above every city, glowing in the sky like falling stars. The first orbital war had begun. Humanity pushes back. Team of human engineers launched hunter drones fast. Small attack bots built for orbital combat. Never been used before. Now, they chase the black ship like wolves, slamming into its hull, drilling, exploding on Earth. Dr. Alina Voss monitored the damage. It's working. We're hurting it. Kincaid nodded. Let's show them what they feared. The alien message changes suddenly. The alien ship sent out a new signal. Not to Earth, but to somewhere deep in space. Earth systems barely translated it. Failed. To eliminate target, resistance stronger than expected. Request full invasion fleet. General Kincaid paled. They're not done. That was just a scout. Earth unites for the first time in decades. Every world leader connected in a single secure channel. Russia, China, India, America, Europe, Africa, South America. Old enemies. Now allies. Kincaid's voice echoed through the channel. You saw the skies. This is not politics anymore. This is survival.
Ow.
Project Sentinel expanded. Factories were converted. Engineers and scientists worked around the clock. Weapons were improved. AI-controlled defense units launched into orbit. Earth was no longer preparing for war. It was in one. The alien ship's final move before burning up in Earth's defense fire. The black ship released one last pod. Small, fast, it entered Earth's atmosphere and crashed in the Pacific. Satellites lost track of it. But whatever it carried, it survived. Deep under the sea, something moved inside the wreckage. A new shape, a new threat. And it wasn't just watching, it was learning. The alien scout failed. Its ship was destroyed. But it had dropped something before dying.
Something.
Small. It fell into Earth's ocean. And now, deep beneath the waves, the real danger had started to grow. In the dark, cold trenches of the Pacific Ocean. A black pod pulsed with strange blue light. It had no crew. It had no voice. But it was alive. Inside the pod, nanotech systems woke up. They scanned the water, the salt, the life. Then they scanned the planet itself. One word appeared on its inner screen. Adapt. On the surface, General Kincaid stood in front of a digital map. Red lines marked the places hit hardest during the orbital attack, but one area was still blinking, the South Pacific. Where's the pod? He asked. No answer. We tracked. It falling there. Dr. Alina Voss checked again. It vanished underwater. It's not giving off heat, not metal. It's almost like it melted into the ocean. Kincaid's face darkened. Find it fast. 5 minutes in, suspense builds underwater far below the ocean's surface. Something began to move. The alien tech had merged with local minerals, even ocean life. It started to reshape itself, growing limbs, sensors, and armor. It built a body, then a mind, then a mission. Observe, learn, counter. Earth scientists respond back at Sentinel HQ. Earth's brightest minds were working hard. Engineers, hackers, physicists, and ex-military officers studied wreckage from the destroyed alien. Scout ship. What are we looking at? One asked. Dr. Voss answered. Advanced alloy. Self-healing, it bends light. It's block scans, and it learns from every hit.
Yes.
They began using pieces of it to build new human tech. Stronger armor, faster drones, smarter AI. We're not just surviving anymore, Kincaid said. We're improving. A dangerous message, meanwhile. Earth's deep space sensors picked up a new signal. Not from the scout, from the fleet. Dozens, maybe hundreds. Of alien ships were on the way. Bigger, faster, armed with weapons. Earth couldn't understand yet. ETA. 42 days. Something strange happens in the Pacific. A deep-sea drone went offline. Then another. Then a submarine vanished. The last message they sent was blurry video. A tall, glowing black shape walking along the ocean floor. Almost human, but not human. It looked like a mix of alien metal and sea creature. It moved with purpose. Doctor! Voss watched the footage and whispered, It's copying us, Kincaid asked. You mean it's building? What? An infiltrator? Voss shook her head. No, it's building a version of us that's better. The hacker message. Then came the unexpected. A rogue hacker group on Earth, known only as GOT, intercepted an alien signal and did the unthinkable. They sent a message back, in simple alien code. They wrote, You studied our history. You called us monsters. You haven't seen anything yet. The message bounced across stars. In deep space, a ship belonging to the Jacker. The warlike species who once respected humans picked up the message. The captain of the Jacker vessel stared at the decoded human words, then he grinned. So, the Death Worlders are finally waking up. In the Pacific, the ocean boiled. A massive black figure rose from the water and disappeared into the clouds. A new hybrid had been born, alien technology, mixed with Earth's environment, and it had one mission: destroy the source of human resistance. It came out of the ocean like a nightmare. Alien tech, human shape, towering, silent, not a ship, not a drone, something new. Built to end humanity before the invasion fleet arrived, but Earth didn't run. Earth fought back. The sky above the Pacific turned black. From space. Satellites captured the moment. A massive black figure, almost the size of a building, burst from the sea. Wings of light. Armor of shifting metal, moving like a machine. But shaped like a human warrior, it flew toward land. Heading straight for Sentinel Base 1, people called it the Ghost Titan. Inside Sentinel HQ General, Kincaid stared at the screen. Is that from the pod? Dr. Alina Voss nodded slowly. It scanned us, then built a weapon to look like us. The Titan flew faster than anything Earth had seen. In minutes, it reached the coastline. Railgun turrets fired, missiles launched. Lasers sliced the sky. Nothing stopped it. It walked through defenses like they were air. We have a breach, shouted an officer. It's heading for our command center. 5 minutes in, humanity fights back, but Earth had one last card: the Atlas armor. A prototype exosuit made from alien metal recovered from the destroyed scout ship. It wasn't ready. There was no time. Sergeant Rayan Holt, a decorated war veteran, stepped into the suit. No manuals. No AI support. No time. For testing, the techs warned. Holt grinned. Good, just the way I like it. The bay doors opened. He launched. Man versus monster, in the skies over the Pacific base. Humanity's first super soldier met the Ghost Titan midair. They collided with a sound like thunder. Titan swung with crushing force. Holt dodged, barely, countered. With a glowing blade built into the armor's arm, sparks flew. Every hit shook the sky. Inside the base, people watched from monitors. Some were afraid, others were cheering. Earth's message to the galaxy as the battle raged. Earth broadcasted the live footage into deep space on every frequency the alien council used. They sent no words. Only one title for the video. This is how humans answer fear. Jakar decide in a distant system. The Jakar Council watched the battle stream. One warrior laughed. You see, they do not kneel, they rise. Another slammed his fist down. Enough watching. Join then. Ships launched from Jakar space, heading not to fight Earth, but to fight beside them. The galaxy had feared Earth. Now, it would see what happened when Earth made friends with monsters even worse than itself. Back on Earth, final strike, Sergeant. Holt took blow after blow. His suit cracked. Systems failed, but he refused to stop. I'm human, he growled, and I don't break. With a roar, he overloaded the armor's core and punched the Titan through a mountain ridge. The Ghost Titan fell hard and didn't rise. Cheers erupted across the planet, but Holt collapsed. The suit fried. His vitals slow. Tell Earth isn't scared. Just as Earth celebrated, new signal arrived. The invasion fleet had entered the edge of the solar system. Hundreds of ships, more advanced than anything Earth had faced. The countdown began. 3 days until impact, and Earth had just one chance left. The galaxy thought it had 3 days. Earth only needed 2 before the enemy fleet even reached Mars orbit. Humanity made a move. That shocked every alien race watching. They didn't wait. They attacked first. Across the stars. Leaders of alien worlds held their breath. Thousands of alien warships, armed with anti-planet missiles and dark matter beams, entered the solar system. Their command ship sent one last message to Earth. You were warned. This is your punishment. Earth responded with silence. And then The sun spoke. Project Firelance activates high above the sun's surface. A secret Earth satellite woke up. It wasn't a weapon. It was a mirror. A massive structure designed by Earth's top physicists and engineers. Its purpose: to bend sunlight and turn it into a beam of destruction. When the alien fleet moved into position, the satellite rotated once a second later. A line of light sliced across the void. 6 enemy ships, vaporized instantly. The alien fleet broke formation. Panic. Earth's true fleet rises from behind the dark side of the moon. A fleet of hidden human warships emerged. Black steel, red stripes. Engines glowing like fire. Each ship carried weapons stolen, reverse-engineered, and upgraded from alien technology. Commanding them, Admiral Siri Tanaka, the first human to ever pilot a deep space warship. Her voice rang across all Earth channels. They called us a threat, and they will learn what that truly means. The battle for the solar system begins. Alien warships opened fire. Their weapons were terrifying, but the humans had learned fast. Shield systems from the Jakar. Weapon guidance tech from the Drolith. Raw fury from Earth itself in the asteroid belt. Captain Mason's cruiser led an ambush that disabled 3 cruisers. On Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, hidden rail cannons launched tungsten rods at near light. Speed, piercing flagship armor like paper, and on Earth. Civilians watched and cheered, not out of hate, but out of pride, because they had stood up. And now they were standing together. Old enemies become new allies. The Jakar fleet arrived, flanking the alien invasion ships and crushing their side forces. The Drolith rebels joined too, swearing vengeance on the corrupt council. Even some council members, now afraid of Earth's rise, secretly contacted Earth. We were wrong. What do you want? Earth gave only one answer: leave us alone, or be left behind. The final blows, the battle reached its peak. Earth deployed one last weapon, Project RAG and ARO, K.and AI-controlled. Drone swarm over 1 million units released from Saturn's rings, tiny, fast, deadly. They swarmed the enemy flagship, drilling. Inside and overloading every system, the enemy commander screamed as his ship tore apart from the inside. One final broadcast reached every world. The humans are not just survivors. They are a storm. Victory. The alien fleet was gone. The threat was over, and Earth still stood, but it had changed. The rest of the galaxy now watched, not in fear, but in respect. Ending scene emotional. Strong finish, in a quiet field outside. New Helsinki. A little girl looked up at the stars. Her grandfather, veteran of the solar defense, smiled beside her. "Grandpa," she asked, "will they come back?" He looked up, voice steady. "No, they won't dare." She nodded. "Good, because now they know who we are." Title card. Asterisk, asterisk. They studied us. They feared us. They attacked us. And now, they remember us. Earth stands. Humanity rises. Always. Asterisk, asterisk.